Hi, happy Easter to everybody. I'm Allison Pryor and I teach acrylic paintings for beginners and all levels. And today I'm going to show you a demonstration of these cute little chickadees and a little Easter egg that's broken open in a little field of flowers. So we'll get our blue sky on here. We'll just put blue paint up here. Alright, just up here, just put blue paint on. So if you got a darker blue, just add some white. Alright, so if you want to darken it or lighten it, just add white. Don't add as much white if you rather just have a darker paint. It's a nice blue sky, just something very simple, very plain. Because the chickadees are going to take up most of this anyway, so this is just a background. Alright, so we'll get that on. Good. Nice. Okay. If your paint won't move as nice as you'd like it to, just take a misting bottle with your magic mist and just mist your paints with your magic mist, and then they'll flow together better. Much easier to see how it makes it nice and wet, and it moves better. So let's try that. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Sometimes the canvas is really dry. You can use the magic paint or you can. I have 3 recipes. Magic white. You can use that for your background if you want to. So I have the videos on those in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to put that on there like that. That's a sky. Very plain sky. Good. I'm going to put some grass down here. So we'll just put green paint down here. Okay, just see that? And then you bring it right up into your blue and see how beautiful that blended? So you can just scrape that on like that, just go back and forth, just put on the whole bottom some green paint. So we'll just put green paint down here, okay, just see that? And then you bring it right up into your blue and see how beautiful that blended? So you can just scrape that on like that, just go back and forth, just put on the whole bottom some green paint. Now you can take a small flat brush or an angular brush and make these long grasses. I'm using the angular brush because it'll give me like a pointy top, but a flat brush will do the same thing. Okay, so let's pick up make some green. You can make your own green, or if you got some sap green there, whatever you want to use, make your own green. I like making my own green. That way I can get the kind of green I like. Then I can add colors to it and make whatever color green I want. So I'm just going to add just ultramarine blue and cad yellow and get a beautiful green. And then we will add a bit of yellow on the edge up here. That's what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pick spots where I want my grass to come out, okay? So I'm going to, I just got a little tiny bit of yellow. I don't want too much up there because I can always put yellow on after. So let's see. Nice. Oh, nice. Good. Good. So pick up some green and a little bit of yellow on top. And we will put all kinds of grasses here. Good. Sometimes you do things you don't know what's going to come out like, you know what I mean? Like make your stroke, and then it could be a disaster. It could be too fat or too skinny. It could be the wrong color. So this is working out pretty good so far. Some higher ones too. I want to really fill up this canvas with, the chickens are going to go in here, so I just want to make sure that it's surrounded by all kinds of grass. So now I'm on my chiseled edge, right? You see I'm on my chiseled edge, okay? I'm kind of making them curved, you know. Make them curved. Some are a little more straighter, some are a little bigger than others. Don't want them too thick though. I want to make them so that they're nice and thin. And some are a little thicker than others. That's okay. Reload. You need to reload a lot. After a few strokes, you got to reload. You can overlap. Overlap if you want. Put some down here by, may have put some more in by the feet after. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Alright, so you can put in more after you get your chickies on. It's nice, isn't it? Got a nice blue one there. Nice blue one. All I gotta do is add some yellow, and it will. I want some dark ones too for contrast. Like, I don't want them all to be just green. See, I'm putting contrast ones in there. So I'm adding more blue than yellow, and then I get these nice dark ones. So I'm getting contrast in my painting, see? Gotta have contrast in order to bring out the colors. Nice. I'll just add just yellow. Then you can highlight some of those a little bit. Might get some white too, I think. That's nice so far, so good. So far, so good. Now we'll put a couple little flowers in there. So we'll put some flowers around, and we can put the chickadees on after that. And so we'll go with some different color flowers, some pink ones, white ones, we'll see. You just need a small brush. It can be flat, it can be filbert. And I'm just going to make a little bit of pink. Pink flower, just red and white. Just to get us started at least, hey. So we can make a little dot somewhere where you want your flower. Okay, so say you want a flower here. Just make a dot first on the back of your brush so that you can have something to go by. So you can take them out, pull out some of these nice. Just pull them out. That's a nice one. I think I'll just leave that like it is. I like that. It's cute. It's different. I'm going to leave that one like that. And then, because we're going to highlight that again, so don't worry. We'll put one right here. I'll add a little bit more white this time on top of my pink, but I just want to have it so that it's okay, so just pull them out. Pull them out or pull them in, whatever's easier for you. This Filbert will give you those nice little shapes. Alright. Just pull them out. Pick up more paint if you need it. But you need that center there to guide you. It's a cute little one. Maybe we'll put another one there. Put another, I might put a darker so I can see what I'm doing. There's a little. Good. And I'm going to take up white. A little tiny bit of red in it just to give it some color. Pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, out, pull out, pull out. Need more white. Good. When they dry, we'll give them another coat. That's another one. That's nice. Now we will do another one. So we want to make sure the chickadees are here somewhere. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. Not to worry. Now you can put your chickadees on first and then put your flowers around them. So I might start adding those chickadees, but I still want to put some flowers on. I'm thinking I'm going to change my brush just to see if I can get a little bit of a different shape to those flowers. So I'm just going to put a little yellow or white or anything there to give us a guide to where we want our flower. Won't come off. Okay. Sometimes you got to fight with your brushes. Alright, so I'm going to go with my pink again. All I'm doing is just mixing some white and pink, some white and red together, that's all. Just like that. And then I'm going to make these nice little, pull these lines out, 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 out. Just pull them away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just get these shapes and I'm going to add more color after. Not a bad little brush, it's just a pointy round brush. I'm just pulling out some of the leaves there just to get an idea what way I want it. So I'll be highlighting that and adding color to it again. So as long as you get the shape first, I always talk about getting your shapes, right? See? Once you get that shape that you're happy with, then you can work on the colors. So I'll work on that one again after. I just want to place some stuff there first, and then we'll add some nice colors to them. I think I'm going to put the chickadees on now because I'm kind of worried that I might put some flowers on in the wrong places. Now I made up a little pattern for you to make it a little easier for you. You can try it freehand if you like, but it might take you longer, but a little pattern would be good. So all you do then is put your pattern on your dry canvas, make sure it's completely dry, and then tape it on, and then use carbon paper to help you transfer it, and then you should have a little drawing there. And that will help you place it. It's very important to get your shapes. Okay, and we'll start painting it in. That's all there is to it. So all you do then is put your pattern on your dry canvas, make sure it's completely dry, and then tape it on, and then use carbon paper to help you transfer it, and then you should have a little drawing there. And that will help you place it. It's very important to get your shapes. Okay, and we'll start painting it in. That's all there is to it. So I'm just going to take a small round brush, and I'm going to do the eyes first. So I'm going to put a really dark color in their eyes, burnt umber and ultramarine blue, or black, or burnt umber. Okay, so I'm going to add that here, but I'm going to leave a little open dot there, a little open spot for the highlight in the eye. Just leave a little open spot there. We'll put some white in that, see? So we'll just go around the eye, but leave an opening there so you can have a little highlight. Same with this one. So you'll go around the eye and find where you want to put your highlight. Don't have to be too big, but big enough so you can see it, see? Okay. Good. I'm going to take my burnt umber, or whatever's left on your brush, or doesn't matter. I'm going to align out these here so that they'll be used for shadows. Okay, and you might need to add a bit of water to your brush just to make it move better. I'm just going to use those for shadows, really, and outline the... See? The water helps it move. There we go. I get too much water on mine. You don't want it pouring down on your painting, so just be careful with that, that's all. You do have to have enough water to get it to move. That's that much done. It's just a matter of getting, I'm just trying to add some shadow to the edges, and then when I put on the other paint, then I can straighten it out if it needs it. So always look for your shadows. You might say, well, how do you know where to put the shadows? Or just look for the shadows and then put your darkest shadows on first, and that'll help you get your shapes and also help you get where you want your shadows to. Alright. Little nails. Just going to put a little shadow underneath the nail. I guess you can call them nails. Okay, so that's that much done. So I like to get the basic colors in first, and then I can work around them. So the egg is just a whitish, bluish. You can have whatever color you want. You can have a pink egg or a yellow egg or a blue egg. Probably we could have a, what color would be nice? I think the white would probably be nice because there's not much white in the painting. So you can use a small flat brush for that if you like. Just going to add a little bit of white, tiny bit of blue. I need some shadow. I need a little bit of shadow color there. So I'm going to go with some blue and then highlight it after. That will help bring out the white more. So add white, your blue. I didn't mix it, I just put it on here. Just try to get a nice round edge there if you can. Your hand might be steadier than mine. You can hide your lines that you made with the carbon paper. Just paint over them, that's all. I'm going to add more darker blue to represent the inside of here. Keep that separated, see? And then I'll add white to the top so you can see the shape of that egg. The brush is a bit dirty. I cleaned it off the blue, and I'm going to put some white here. Okay. like I said, we'll be going back over that again after to clean up the edges and things like that, because we need to make that a bit lighter in here. Just want to make sure that you can see the shape of the egg. So I'll come back to that and we'll put more highlights. Need to let it dry first so that we can work on it. But at least it started. So now we're going to go with our yellow on our chickadee. So we will go with, let's see, we'll put the yellow on first. Just put some yellow on there. I'm going to add some white to make it more opaque. Because now we're going over. Now you can put your chickadees on first if you know, because now you got to work with what's underneath it, which means you're going to probably make a couple of coats. But that's okay. But you can certainly put your chickadees on first and work around them. But if you put white into your yellow, that will make it opaque, and that will help. And you may need 2 coats, that's fine. Probably need 2 coats anyway, even with a white background, so. My main concern right now is to get the shape. Cover up that line that I made. And then I'll go from there. So, we got a shape. It's cute already. So I'm going to let that dry a bit so I can, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to add some of my burnt umber. I got a dirty brush with yellow on it, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm just going to put my burnt umber on this chickadee, because this chickadee has a different color. A bit of a different color. This color is going to be great for the shadows. Need to get over those lines. So a bit of yellow in with your brown, that will give you kind of a two-tone. Alright, we got the wing right there. And as you're coming around, let's get some of this in first. Go in and get more yellow. You won't need much brown now. Or burnt umber, I should say, or burnt sienna. Now we need to lighten it up, see? So now, I'm just going to put a little trim around here. Just so I don't lose that. So I know where everything goes. Trim around here. Now in here I'm going to work with yellow. So my brush is still dirty, so I'm just going to add my yellow. Add white to my yellow. So put my yellow on, then I just put my white on in with it. I mix it in. As you can see, I put lots in there. Trying to shape the face here. Okay. Clean off your brush if you get too much paint on it. Go back and get some white. I have all kinds of colors here. So don't worry too much about anything right now. We're just trying to get the shape, and we're trying to get an underpainting done so that we can work on top of it. It's basically what you're doing. I think a lot of people are doing the first layer of paint and use it as their first and final layer of paint, but really your first layer of paint is basically just your underpainting, and then you have to work on top of that with other colors and other. See how that green leaf is coming through there? When that dries, I'll give it a second coat. See? Yeah, so some people think that the first layer is their finished layer, so you really need to do lots of layers. Good. So for the feet, we have kind of an orangey color, so I'm just going to, my brush is dirty with yellow, so I'll just use the yellow and add red to it. Just adding red to my yellow. I got some yellow here, I got some yellow there, different color yellows, you know, whatever you got handy. And some red, and that gives an orangey color. I might even add a little bit of that yellow. That's a nice orangey color, look at that. More yellow than red, then you get a nice orangey color. Nice. Bit of burnt sienna might be nice in that too, you know. Just trying to see what I can do with it. Need more yellow. Use the chisel edge of your flat brush if you can. If you can't use a round brush, you know, so try different brushes, like I always say. Try to use different brushes. Something don't work. Something gotta work. All the brushes to choose from. Chiseled edge is helping me. I noticed down here I left out a bit of yellow, so I didn't notice that until now. So I fill that in now that I see it. Good, good, good. Now while you're waiting for your paint to dry, work on something else rather than stop. You know, if you stop, you might get sidetracked and you might end up leaving your painting, and then you'll end up not getting it done for days. So easy to get once you leave your painting, it's so easy to get sidetracked, isn't it? So I'm just going to take my flat brush, see if I can lighten up that egg. That seems to be kind of dry there now. I'm going to use titanium white on my eggs just so I can see if I can brighten it up, because that's your brightest white. Nice. Okay, my blue is still wet, so see what I made a mess? I thought that was dry. I thought it was dry. So I'll let that dry a bit more there. I'll blow dry it or whatever. I'll try that. Alright, so we'll get our little top here. Now, need to get that edge here. Need to lighten up that blue for sure. So I'm going to take some white with a little bit of blue in it. So I don't want to lose it. And then I'm just going to fade it out a little bit because it's kind of too much. I got to add another edge to that. I got to get those edges better. I don't find those edges doesn't look enough like a cracked egg, so I got to fix that up. I may have to use a liner brush for that. I'm just going to let that dry there. And I'm going to work on my chickadees again. And the chickadees are yellow, and a little bit of burnt. I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to try a little bit of my yellow, and maybe a little bit of burnt umber. And let's try that. I'll start adding little strokes now. I'll have to layer the strokes. So because I'm layering them, I can add white and the yellow and the burnt umber or burnt sienna, whatever you got there, or brown, whatever you got there, and just make these little strokes. Because we got to represent some fur too, right? So now instead of putting it on flat, every time you go back in, we're going to add these little strokes. So I'm not mixing any particular color. I'm going in and picking up white. Alright, so I'll pick up white. And then I'll put that on. And then I'll pick up my burnt umber. And I'll put some of that in there. I'll go back into yellow. I'll just make these little strokes to represent the fur. I'm going to probably change brushes now in a little while, so I can get some smaller strokes. But I just want to get this stuff on first. Put under the chin so that he or she will have a nice. It's going to be nice when it's done. Like it's got a bit of a ways to go yet, but I can see that it's going to work out nice. I'm going to take a small round brush. Just a small round brush. It's got a nice little tip on it. See? So take that and add some of your white. Start adding these little white. You can use titanium white if you have it there. That'll give you a brighter white and thicker too. It's thicker, it's more opaque. More opaque than the regular white. A little bit on the cheek. So as you can see, we're just trying to get things in place and then we can work around them. Even if they stand out a little bit, that's fine. They'll give you texture. Add a little bit of yellow to that. Don't want to be too bright. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to get my burnt umber and start adding a little more here. And shape it up a bit better then. See, shape it up a little better. Just kind of keep into the little strokes there, just so I can get a little bit of texture. Now you can do whatever way you're comfortable. You know, depends on what what kind of an outcome you're looking for. I'm trying to get a soft, furry, fluffy looking fur. And that's going to take a couple of different layers, okay? Doesn't happen in the first layer. It takes time. I'm just checking where the darks are going, that's all. So we'll keep working on that. When we're ready, we'll just keep working away. So let's use a bristle brush and see if we can get this nice and fluffy looking. So I'm going to tap into some white and some yellow. White and yellow. Right? And to make it fluffy looking, you just tap. That needs to be a little more yellow, doesn't it? We'll just tap that on for now. You know, like I said, this is a process where you have to put layers and layers of paint on. It helps anyway. I might need a smaller brush. We will see. We will see. Right now I just want to do this much. Okay, so I got that little bit on there. It's starting to look a little fluffier. See? I want to get that soft, fluffy look. And that's how you can get it, by tapping on your colors. And you layer it so that they'll stand out and look fluffy. Good. So I'm going to try the same with this, even though I told you to do these little streaks. I'm going to try to fluff it up a bit first. Try different ways of doing it because sometimes you just have to experiment. To come out over that line so I can get rid of that line there. So I need more yellow and burnt umber, a little bit of red. I think I'll mix up a few different colors. That kind of came out too pinkish for me. So I'm just going to add some yellow and white, a little bit of red, a little bit of burnt umber. Trying to get more on the yellow side. So it looks like I'm on the wrong side. At least you can see that things Can't go wrong. That's okay. I'm not going to worry too much. So I think we need to add some burnt umber and yellow. Burnt umber and yellow. I think the burnt umber is actually turning red and white. Don't know. I'm going to try some down here. I'll see, it's nice down here. I'm doing that for shadow there now, on the edge. See that color I want. I want that color. I don't know what happened over there. I must have dipped into too much red or something. Nice. Little cheek is here. So you want to separate the lights and the darks so we can get some, so you can get the shape. I got a smaller flat bristle brush here. I might have to use a small brush to get in between there to put those nice little darks in there. I got a nice little dark in there. And get a little dark in here. I'm just putting a little bit of burnt umber on the corner of my brush there. Okay, got that. So I need to fix this part up here. It's coming along here. It's coming along. It takes time. It takes a bit of work sometimes. Needs a little bit back here too, doesn't it? If you go outside the lines, don't worry about it right now. If it's that important, we will put the blue back in so we can shape it up better, okay? So try not to worry too much. I want to come out here a little bit to round up the head a bit more too. Probably needs to come out. Even though you trace, you can still give an odd shape if okay, so I have some shadow under here. Trying to use not all the bristles, but probably the edge of the bristles. Unless you have a really tiny brush. Maybe we could use a flat brush here. So don't forget you can use different parts of your brush, okay? Don't have to be using a whole brush. Trying to shape up the head a bit more. Alright. Just tap away at it. See if we can. I'm going to tap into my yellow and my white. See if I can get this a bit brighter here. A little more white. Okay, so all I'm going to do is get the face better. It's coming along. I might do the beak just to get some a better idea, because I'm thinking it might need to be shaped up a little bit out here. I'm putting a bit of white or yellow under here. It's tricky, isn't it? You'd think that is easy, wouldn't you? A little bit better. The more you play with it, you know, you can tap away. Tap away. We might take a little brush and just detail a few more things here, but it's coming along. This here turned pink on me, so we can change that up. I'm going to put pure white on that, I think, to help lighten it up. Just clean off your brush. I'm just going to put pure white on it and tap it on there. Take out that pink. Just make sure it's dry so it doesn't mix again. At least you know how to fix your mistakes or something you don't like. So that's getting a bit better there now. Okay. So let's take a small round brush and we can do something with the beaks. So we need some brown, some burnt umber, and we will line out the beak. Good, and then we'll line up the other one. Okay, clean your brush. Now we'll put some yellow on it. Alright, some yellow. Yellow on the beak. And same down here. I'm going to add a bit of white to that to brighten it up a bit. Okay. Clean up this edge here. So just go in with the little liner brush and clean up your edges and straighten up what you need to fix up. burnt umber or burnt sienna. Put some lines there just to darken it up. I'm using my small round brush to put on these lines. Just little tiny strokes. May not be able to see them, but if you look at them close up, you can see they look really nice. If you're having a hard time getting this, you could just paint it in with just yellow, a little bit of shadow with a flat brush. Just paint it in as if you're painting like a coloring book or something. But you know, all these different techniques, they can be long and they can take time and layering and all that stuff. This is good if you just want to learn how to layer and what to do that way. But if you're in a hurry to get this done for an Easter gift or something, then you can certainly go ahead and paint that yellow, put a little bit of shadow on the eye and the nose, and you're done, right? But I'm doing a lot of, you know, trying to get texture and all kinds of stuff. You don't have to do that. So I just wanted to let you know that you could speed up the process just by painting in the colors. And so I'm just going to put my burnt umber and a little bit of white. And what else do I need? A bit of red. And a bit of yellow. Yellow would be nice. Brightened up a little bit. Okay, so I'm adding, there's my burnt umber, a little bit of yellow, a bit of white, maybe a little bit of red. And kind of an orangey. I want it nice and dark here first though. Where his wing is. Down here. So get all your dark parts done. Bit of feathers here. Outline this a little bit here. So all I gotta do is get it more yellow, fix that up, and put a couple of flowers in, and I should be good to go. I'm stuck on that pink there. Turned pink on me. I can't seem to fix it. So just over these I'm putting highlights. Coming from the edge and pulling in. I may have to put some more So now I'm going to finish it off with some flowers. So I'm just going to add more of these green long stems, some green and yellow. And I'm going to put some here. Maybe some darker ones, just to get the darkness down here, because it's in shadow. So let's just put some flowers around, and we can put wherever you want them. So I'm just going to try one here. I'm just going to put a little dot there first, and I'm just going to pull out some color. Pull out, pull out, pull out. Just to make it easier for you to get some nice little flowers.